everyone, good afternoon. I want to welcome everybody, and we're going to make this very quick because, goodness, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm Mayor Devlin, and I'm here today to celebrate this exciting ribbon cutting for the wonderful project behind us. I'm really glad on this beautiful Friday that the air quality finally cooperated with us. I know we had to reschedule, so thanks to those of you who came back to join us today. So I'm so excited to be here today to celebrate a project that really brings to life so much of my vision for Erie. Investing in our neighborhoods, creating safe and accessible spaces for our youth, and building stronger, more connected communities. And the best part of this work is that we can't and we don't do it alone. We listen to our residents, we engage with our community, and we work with our partners who share our commitment to creating the best Erie possible. And on the topic of partners, I just want to pause for a second and really thank BEST. I know we're going to hear in a moment from the BEST Executive Director, Marcia Farrell. We also have some of the BEST board members here today. Very grateful for your partnership in this, for also helping us to connect with the neighbors. When we were approached by the county for this project in a really great collaboration, our first question was, well, how are the neighbors going to feel about this? And so we were so grateful that BEST was willing to help us make those connections and have those conversations. And I think it really shows that when we come together, when we engage with our neighbors, these are really exciting things that we can do. So I also just want to say on a personal note, I think most of you know that this is my neighborhood. This is where I grew up. And in fact, this park is named for Nate Lavy, who was a grocer in this neighborhood for many years. And my staff was asking me today, if I knew the history of the park, and I said, I don't really know the history of the park, but what I do know is this. When Nate Lavy was the grocer in this neighborhood, my mom would take me to his grocery store and he would give me a banana every single time that I came there when I was very little. So I feel a great connection to this park, to him, to those memories of my own youth, and I'm so grateful to see now all the wonderful things that continue to happen here. This is where our kids spend their summers. This is where all of our neighbors come together to have outdoor space and to enjoy weather like we have today and weather like we don't always have, but this is what a neighborhood is all about. So I think most of you know that we at the City of Erie recently completed the draft of our Outside Erie plan. That's our comprehensive parks, recreation, and open spaces plan. And one thing we heard over and over from residents over the course of an entire year of engagement was just how important these parks and outdoor spaces are. So we're fortunate to have 51 parks across our city. Each one, of course, has its own personality. Not everyone is like this, but everyone reflects the neighborhood that it serves. Every park has a story, like I said, about Nate Lavy, and every neighborhood deserves safe, accessible spaces that bring people together. So I want you to know that I am committed to continuing to invest in our parks. This is such a great example of what we can accomplish when we come together. I'm really grateful to the County of Erie. Thankful for the planning director, Lisa Miller, who's here, and Emerson Bannon, who you're going to hear from in a moment, who really came to us with this opportunity. We're grateful to the U.S. Soccer Foundation and the Philadelphia World Cup Host Committee for funding this project. What an incredible opportunity for Erie to have this investment that came all that way here into Erie County. Of course, we're grateful to BEST, and we'll hear from Marcia in a moment. And I really want to say, too, it's a Friday afternoon, it's 4:30. We have members of our parks and our public works and our police departments that are all here making sure that we can be here. So want to thank them, and a special shout out to Public Works and Parks, who as soon as we said, yes, this is a go, came down and really made this possible. So if I could just get a round of applause for all of our City of Erie workers who made this possible today. We are so grateful. Yeah, take a hat, man. We appreciate you. We're so grateful to all of you. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Emerson Bannon, the Parks, Trails, and Recreation Coordinator for the Erie County Planning Department. Emerson, with his soccer ball.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, everyone, for being here. This has been a really exciting project to see come to fruition. This is something the process for this started 2 years ago when I saw these mini pitches being installed in other communities around the state, often ones with Major League Soccer teams. There were some in Pittsburgh and one went up in Williamsport. And often my thought process about how to bring more parks amenities to Erie goes something like this. That's cool. How can we bring that to Erie? And so after applying with the U.S. Soccer Foundation to get this, I was stunned when they came to the opportunity to bring direct World Cup investment into Erie County. I want to give another thanks to the city for being such an amazing partner on being able to secure this funding, the mayor's office, but also, of course, Public Works and my colleagues at the city planning department. They were such a huge help, as well as Best and the neighbors who have come out over time to give their input on this process. This is a really exciting opportunity to bring a court that can not just be used for street soccer, but also for other sports as well. It can be used for tennis, pickleball, whatever ultimately the neighbors who live by here decide, it will be open. And the act of programming this is going to be an ongoing process that we will all be able to be a part of. So I want to say thank you to everybody as well, and I'm going to turn things over to Marcia with Best.
Hello, thank you all for coming today. As the Executive Director of Best, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to Emerson, the county, the city, for being such wonderful partners and for wanting to invest in this neighborhood. At Best, we like to say that the historic East Bayfront is the best place for people to live, work, and grow, because we really believe that we're at a tipping point in Erie, and this neighborhood is just exploding with possibilities. So we are deeply, deeply grateful for the investment in this park and in this neighborhood. So thank you for coming. I'm not going to take up too much of your time because it is kind of hot and steamy, but thank you.
Thanks, Marcia. Well, that's everyone that's going to speak today. I want to thank you all again. I do want to say, to Best and to your board members and to this community, when this idea came from Emerson, we went out and we had those conversations, and we heard from the neighbors some concerns that they had, but also this desire to see this investment. So we're so grateful that when that happens, when we come together, when we talk about whether we have concerns, and then we go ahead and we make something like this happen, it's everybody wins. So I'm grateful to all of you, grateful you'll be here, and I think we're going to stand. I think there might be a soccer game after. I'm not going to participate in that. I have heels on, but I think we're going to stand in front of the goal and we're going to cut a ribbon. So we'll head over there. Thank you all.